refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. I am your co-host, Davey Dollars, and this is a Dummy Bro episode, y'all. As you can see, it's just me and my guy, Tomo. So, Joe not here. Joe on his way. Joe at shoot around right now, y'all. Y'all don't know. Joe's just at shoot around with Connecticut Sun and the Dallas Wings. You know, he had a free ticket to go watch the Dallas Wings plays his Connecticut Sun. If y'all don't remember, we had an episode where we had a WNBA player, Kyla Charles, on the show. She's actually with the Dallas Wing, and they're playing the Connecticut Sun tonight. He's actually at the game. So shout out to Joe. Shout out to Coach Charles, which is, me and Joe know us, and we used to work with him. So shout out to Coach Charles. Shout out to Kyla. So Kyla, go ahead, go ball out, girl. And yeah, man. It's Tuesday, y'all. Y'all know I wasn't here Friday, but Tomo was here, so I hope y'all enjoyed that episode last Friday. It was actually a really good episode. It was funny too. We got some topics to talk about today, though, Tomo. But before I get started, how you doing today, my man?
Man, I'm doing good. It's funny that you say that, man, that we're here to talk about some of these topics. And it's also funny because Joe went MIA for a while and we was trying to figure out what he was doing. And then we figured it out. He's like, he had to shoot around. He getting that R2L WNBA chat footage for us. And I see what you're doing, Joe. So keep working.
There you go. See, Joe out there putting in work, even when he's not on the show. So that just lets you know what he does.
Exactly.
But today I'm doing well. Tomo said this is gonna be my flu game again. Even though I'm not actually sick with the flu, but not feeling too well. But it don't matter. We still gonna have a good show today. We gotta talk about Caitlin Clark, man. We just found out that the freaking sales are going down because she out for 2 weeks. How is that going to impact the NBA? They're supposed to be making $1 billion this year. Now they done lost some of that money. So what's going to happen, man? I don't know. The Mystics, we Mystics fans right here. So we feeling good right now, even though they kind of went on a little losing streak, kind of sort of. But hey, the two rookies, just saying, they doing their thing. They're doing their thing. And then last night, man, and SGA, they were saying, how Joe was comparing it, Sega to Atari. I feel like we got that comparison last night. And then Tomo, we thought the man wasn't going to be seen again for the playoffs. The Pacers have unbanned John Halliburton. Pop's going to be at the game tonight. Pop's going to be at the game tonight, man. So look, y'all, we are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Well, X, formerly known as Twitter. So what I need y'all to do is make sure y'all like, share, subscribe on each platform. Share this video. Let them know that we live right now. We got some good topics to talk about. And don't forget, Tyreek Hill said that Travis Hunter trash. So we got to talk about that too.
Oh, you being nice.
We got to be PG-13. This is a family show. We can't say what he said, but
you all right. You all right about that.
So as I said, it is Tuesday. I know Friday just passed. It was a 4-day weekend, y'all. 3-day weekend, kind of sort of.
Depends on what you did on Friday.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Man, I'm telling you, Tomo, it's time to turn up. Turn me up. Up, up, up. Tomo, floor is yours.
And just like at Streaming University, make sure y'all don't lose your ball, man. Because when you lose your ball, things go wrong. But speaking of streamers, we are on Twitch. So everybody that's on Twitch, make sure you share the channel with a friend and tell another friend to join the chat so we can keep this family thing going and keep this sports talk growing. But we also be on Twitch, but we ain't trying to be on Twitch like this guy. I don't know if he was a little intoxicated or he was just feeling the moment, but it came out. Tyreek was on, I think his name is Aiden Ross. He was on Aiden Ross's stream, and somebody just asked him and said, "Hey, Tyreek, what you think about Travis Hunter?" And he's like, "He gonna be trash." You can go find a real clip if you want to use the uncensored version, but he said he gonna be trash. And then they had the NFL world saying, "Wait, Travis Hunter just said I do's, to his missus." Y'all here trying to celebrate. People already finding ways to kill him about his route running. People killing him about his personal life. And then you come out and then say the kid is trash. So, Dave, you can make it short and simple, or you could give us the full breakdown on how you felt about Tyreek and his 2-word review.
I feel like he shouldn't have been on streaming. That's what he should have been just, chilling. Because, he out there drinking, margaritas or whatever he was doing on that live stream, and they say drunk people start telling the truth, man. So he just started spilling how he felt. So I think this is exactly how he feels. I think he probably really believes that Travis Hunter not gonna be good. And I mean, they're gonna see each other kind of often. But they both play in the AFC. They're not in the same division, but they are in the AFC. They both play in Florida. So I guess there's some kind of Florida rivalry. I guess I don't know, but. You gonna call the boy trash and he ain't even played it down in the NFL yet? I think that's a little crazy to say. I mean, it would be crazy to call him a Hall of Famer right now too, but it would be crazy to say he's gonna be trash. So I mean, come on. I mean, the man just now getting into the league. He doing his best to fit into to becoming a pro now. So like you said, Tomo, the man just got married. So he got a lot to be celebrating right now. He got a really good contract. The Jaguars gave up a lot to go and to trade up and get him anyway. So I mean, let the man it's his rookie season. Let him do his thing. You're just gonna call him trash automatically? Like, come on, Tyreek. I mean, you had a trash year last year. So I mean, I guess you know what trash is because you did not have a good year last year. So and you admitted to it yourself. You mean you weren't putting in the work and nothing like that last year. You kind of put in the work last year, but you was having too much fun last year. You weren't focused. The man coming in focused. He coming in doing his thing. He gave his wife his car, gave his wife a brand new car, for as a wedding gift and everything. So the man's celebrating right now. Tyreek Hill, I think you just need to just focus on playing, man. I'm not telling you to shut up and play football. That's not what I'm saying. But
I know somebody else that is.
Yeah, there you go. But I think you just need to just relax on the kid, man. Just let him do his thing and stop drinking, what you're doing and being on stream and all that. You just relax. You can do podcasts and talk because Tyreek, we know you're gonna talk, man. So do your thing, but come on, don't trash the kid. This is first season in the league. He ain't even played it down yet.
That's exactly what I was gonna say because it was like it's something about off seasons or just the last game of the season, and then you put a microphone and a camera in front of Tyreek Hill, and you just gonna say anything that comes to mind. Like, do you like being with the Dolphins? Because it's always something with you. Like, if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's always something with you. And it's kind of like, bruh, like really? Like I went and watched the clip. I was trying to get the clip, Dave, but it was like trying to blur the word out. It was gonna be a little too close. But hey, at the end of the day, the people know what he said. And shout out to Big O for putting it in the comments. And it was like, bruh, you could say, I don't think he's gonna be that good this year, or he can't check me. Something like that, just to get the rivalry going. But to say he's gonna be trash, man, I almost slipped up, man. It's been a long day. But to say he's gonna be trash, and the way you said it, like I said, he sounded intoxicated. He was just like, hey, what you think about? That's like saying, what you think about Jalen Ramsey? and that's his teammate at the time. So I just want to hear what he would have said about that, or what you think about Sauce Gardner, or what you think about Patrick Surtain. Like these are all players that he went up against and kind of like had good days against them. So like, what you think about those guys? To say what you think about Travis Hunter, I really feel like the guy that asked him, of course, this is what streamers gonna do. They got to do it for clickbait. You got to get the views up. So and we talking about it, so the views are there and somewhat. But it's like I think he's just an easy out for people at this point. Travis Hunter is just an easy out or low hanging fruit, as some would say. And like again, the whole situation with his wife now, I was gonna say his girlfriend, but his wife now, and how the internet perceived that. I talked about the routes earlier when I was doing the intro, and I don't know if the Jaguars play the Dolphins this year? Because if they do, that would be very interesting.
Let me check the schedule.
Okay, because that would be very, very interesting to see these two lined up against each other. I don't know if the Jags gonna actually make Travis Hunter a full-time wide receiver, or if they're gonna let him play both sides of the ball. But if they were, this would be the game to do it. Because if
they play in the preseason, that's it.
Oh, see, yeah, and then hey, you know what? This would be the one game Tyreek should play. It should be a down or a one drive, and then they just go mano a mano. Because since you gonna say he trash, now you get to see what the kid is all about. Granted, he is a rookie, and we talking about a vet over here, so Tyreek can show him some things. But at the end of the day, if the kid shuts you down, you gotta take those comments back, or it could be just a little bit of motivation, man. New coach, you gonna come out the tuck. Shout out to FFC coach, man. A body catcher calling somebody trash is diabolical. I don't think he was trolling, Carl.
He might have been trolling. He said psych nah, but I mean, come on. He could have just not said it, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah. And again, the drinks was flowing. So at the end of the day, you could say a lot and say psych after that. Or what people say, no disrespect. And then they disrespect you. So I'm just saying, it could have went both ways. But at the end of the day, it was a stream. They going up now, and they're like, I'm pretty sure he was trolling. We gonna see. I think he's still trying to get traded.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I mean, you got Jalen Ramsey trying to get up out of there. Tyreek, said that he don't know if that's where he want to be. So I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, the reports on Jalen Ramsey is that they try and get him out of there so they can start rebuilding their culture. So if Jalen goes, then Tyreek may be next. We'll see what happens. And we talking about Jalen Ramsey for those that are just tuned in, not Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Now, from one heckler to another. From one heckler to another. At least he said it to this man's face. The band is lifted. Courtside comeback, some people would say, man. The game is starting in about 30 average time, I'm guesstimating the time on this one, about 30 minutes, or is it 8:30? I think it's 8 or 8:30, East Coast time, so I think it's 8. But Tyrese Halliburton's father is back, man. He's allowed to attend Pacer home games. He's going to be in the suite, though. He said he can't be courtside no more. They're going to put him in the suite. So at the beginning of tonight's pivotal game, we already know Game 4 against the Knicks. This is a good one for the Pacers, because they say the Pacers, I think they 4-0 in Game 4s, or 6-0, one of the two. Where I gotta get my stats together. I'll go look it up after we introduce this. But Tyrese Halliburton's father, John, he missed 8 games following the confrontation between him and Giannis back in April. And of course, we all know what happened there after they sent the Bucks home, and then Pops had a lot to say to Giannis, and he stepped up in his face. And then, of course, Tyrese apologized for it. Thanks, Carl. It is at 8. And Tyrese, he apologized for his father's actions. The NBA, of course, they say, the fan conduct rule. And now he's back. So, Dave, let me ask you this. Do you agree with the NBA allowing Tyrese's dad to come back?
Do I agree with them allowing him to come back? I mean, yeah. I'm fine with it. I mean, he's allowed to attend. He just not courtside. I mean, we kind of sort of said this in the beginning. Like, we didn't think that he should be banned from not viewing the games. They just had to take away some of his some of the amenities that he had. He's not allowed to be floor seats. I mean, put him in the suite, put him somewhere else to where he won't do what he did against Giannis. So this is perfectly fine. I feel like this should have been the result in the end anyway. I mean, just have him here, put him in the suite. That way he won't be of any cause and nothing like that. And next he's on the news talking about it again. So this is fine. I mean that just pops comes to the games. I mean, he already served the suspension anyway. I mean, he wasn't at any game in the second round. So I mean. And now they see that the Knicks had won Game 3 in Indiana, so they want to give another spark, put something else in the day. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers were 6-2 since that happened, so it's not like they've been losing since that happened. But they want to help give an extra spark, give him another reason for him to go out there and play his game. Because Tyrese, I mean, this team has been really good, man. Team has been really good. Tyrese, although Tyrese in the last game did not shoot very well, he did not shoot well from three. So this is just another thing to give the Pacers a spark, and I'm perfectly fine with this. Like I said, I feel like he learned his lesson. He watched all the second round from home. So I mean, I didn't think he should have been banned from the beginning, but I definitely think that he should have had a lot of stuff taken away from him. So. I'm perfectly fine with this. This is actually a pretty good thing to do, to allow him to come back to the games and just put him in a suite to where he won't be of any disruption or anything like that. So this is fine.
Talk about home court advantage. Man, this place is going to be rocking, especially after the game, like you said, Dave, after the game they just had, where we just watched the Knicks do what they did to the Celtics twice, come back from down 20 and then the game end the way it is. And the momentum now, it feels like it was shifted back to the Knicks, and then the NBA said, just before you think you can go get it, New York, Pops is back in town. So now Tyrese, every time he shoot or make a pass or make a highlight play, instead of pointing to Reggie, he's going to point up to the skybox. Like Martin would say, the skybox. And it's going to get a little ugly for the Knicks, man. I'm not going to say it's going to get ugly for him as far as the game, but again, that energy being there. And now, like you said, it's going to uplift his spirits. And what Carl was saying right here, I'm trying to find it where he said the leader of the he said, and the top member of the Halle Band is going to be in the building. And that's exactly who Pops is. He's going to be right there waving towels. They might not give him a towel because he might jump out of the skybox and run down and say some things, but I don't know. The way the New York Knicks fans be acting, sometimes you would think they deserve it. But this game is going to be electric. I can't wait to catch up on it and then watch the rest of it just to see how it actually plays out. And if he actually is going to be that spark that you're saying, because they're going to need it. Because if the Knicks win this one,
ooh, if the Knicks win this game, it's going to be a heck of a series. I think I'm probably the only person that picked the Knicks to win the series.
And that's also why I need them to win, because I need to beat this guy. I need this tag on.
I know. Joe kind of needs he needs this one as well, because he'll still be 2 behind. But if he loses it, then he can be 3 behind. I mean, he had no chance to win another.
He might as well go ahead and clock out.
Yeah, might as well. But man, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be, and this is a rivalry, so you kind of want him to be here in this game, because who knows what's going to happen. And I actually saw something that happened in game 1 or game 2 of this series that was crazy that happened. And I know this is not actually on topic of what we're talking about right now, but there was a Pacers fan that I think stabbed 2 Knicks fans. So let's make sure that we don't have any of this happening in the game. Let's please not have this happen. So
was this in New York?
This is in New York. Yeah.
Was this because I knew the Knicks fans threw a trash can at a Pacers fan.
Yeah. That was actually crazy too. But this let me look in because I shared it in the chat earlier today. Where is it at? It shouldn't be that far.
But also, shout out to
the league. The Indiana Pacers fan has been arrested for stabbing 2 New York Knicks fans at brewery in Carmel, Indiana, while watching 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, game 2. So it was game 2, and it was in Indiana, so it wasn't in New York. It was in Indiana. Yeah, that was crazy.
Man, hopefully that guy recovers, man, because sometimes we take sports a little too far.
Yeah, way too far.
Yeah,
so
it ain't.
And I know Pops won't take it that far. of course.
Nah.
I mean, I don't think Pops is going to do anything close similar to that. But just to prevent anything happening, have him up in the skybox. So this is actually really good. I'm happy to see him back to watch the Pacers game.
Pops was more so doing that old school trash talk, man. I'm gonna just walk up on you. He treated Giannis like them old heads would do a youngin in the Y after they win. They like, I told you I was good. I told you I was good. And he was just like, all right, bro, go ahead. And he just kept getting in his face, like, I told you. Now you gotta go home. And Giannis was like, all right, I'm about to send you home. You keep talking to me like this.
About to send you to the nursing home.
Whew, and if the Pacers win the finals, oh my goodness.
Pop's gonna be everywhere. They're gonna Pop's on ESPN, Fox, CBS, ABC. He's gonna be on every TV show.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. This is a special message for one Stephen A. Smith from Cowboy fans. The rabbit got the gun. That's all I'm gonna say. The rabbit got the gun. So y'all better win this series, because if not, here you go again, tanking another playoff game. Well, from playoffs to what can be, I think we're one of the only one of the only shows on the internet that talks about the WNBA and with the details that we do. And the Wizards, I came up here, I talked about the draft pick and how they didn't get the number 1 pick and how they got cheated out of the pick. I also kind of wanted the Mystics to get the number 1 pick and how they got cheated out of the pick, but they didn't get the pick. And now you sit back and think and say, well, they got 3 draft picks, so what they gonna do with it? And the Washington Mystics, they struck gold, man. They struck gold.
All 3. It's just that one of them won't be playing this year because she tore her ACL.
And Georgia, get well soon. We can't wait to have you in the lineup, because that is going to be the guaranteed. I say, well, we got a 1-2 punch right now that's developing right now between what's my girl, Kiki, and what's her name? Sonya. Now imagine when they get that guard and they can add it to that element. If you don't know, we talking about.
And remember, AE been out a little bit too. So imagine she out there playing too.
So and Shakira. And Brittany been missing some games too. So let me introduce this right quick, because we on something right now. The Mystics, after a promising 2-0 start to the WNBA season, they hit a rough road and they lost their last 3. And of course, in those last 3, you got to think they played the Aces, the Mercury, and I think I forgot the third team, but the 2 losses that hurt the most, more so the Aces one, because we watched that one, and the comeback that championship spirit is there. So now they're sitting at a 2-3 record, and we told you a little bit about the injuries. But Dave, we already here. What do you think about what do you think, or how do you think the Mystics will do this season? And if you don't even want to talk about this season, you could just talk about going forward, period.
Man, I think we're gonna be good, man. I'm getting the vibes when we had Lena Della Don. I'm getting those vibes right now, man. Not saying that we're gonna win it all this year. I'm not saying that. So let me say that now. I'm not saying that we're gonna win it all this year. But what I'm saying is a healthy team with AE, Shakira Austin, Kiki, and Sonya and Georgia coming back next season. I feel like this team is going to be a problem in the East. I really feel like it, man, because these 2 young ladies, they doing their thing out there balling right now. And I think some people may have even been surprised when we drafted Sonya as high as we did, because people were looking at all the other draft picks that we had, because we had 3 first-round draft picks. So that's awesome that we had that. We hit on every single one. Kiki out of USC, baller. These girls, these ladies, man, they know what they're doing. I mean, Kiki just had 3 straight double-doubles. She joins Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Saltu Salary as the only rookie since 2020 with 3 straight double-doubles. And it's only been 5 games, and she already got 3 straight. We still got plenty of games to go. So she's just been doing her thing, man. And I'm actually, and the game against the Aces broke my heart. Not gonna lie, because we had that game. Man. Jackie Young balled out against us. She had 25, 5 and 2. She scored 13 in the fourth quarter. She was cooking us in the fourth quarter. But Sonya had 19 and 5. Kiki had 17 points, 13 rebounds. Both of them were first and second in total points, but both of them are first and second in total points in rookies this season. We got two of the leading rookie scorers on our squad, Tomo.
Cooking.
Just imagine if Georgia was playing. She a baller too. Just imagine if she was able to play, man. We just gotta, and you could tell that the inexperience is getting to this team, because that game against the Aces, we definitely could have won that game if we just hit a couple of free throws and not turn the ball over and nothing like that. It was just, and then we had some bad shots taken, and then Jackie just turned up, so it wasn't much we could do. And then we left Jewel Lloyd, out of all people, we leave Jewel Lloyd wide open in the corner. So, but the future is bright for Washington, the Mystics at least.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I understand
it's not a shot against the Wizards.
It's cool, man.
Just saying, from what I see right now, it's because the Wizards got, we're gonna see what they do in the draft too, but they got a little something working in Washington as well.
I'll tell you this, Dave. I can see the Mystics winning another title before the Wizards do. So I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you for saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because from the two rookies that's out there balling right now, and again, you talk about Sonya, who's averaging 15 points per game right now, and then just flat out cooking. We talking about Kiki, again, you saying averaging a double-double at this point with 13 points and then 11 rebounds. Like, that's just magic right there. We already seen what AE did in the one-on-one league, the league that they had out in the all season. So she was working on her game. That's what I'm saying. And then the one key element that the Mystics did, though, they kind of cleaned house a little bit. And again, shout out to Pops for giving us our first ring, and then his son coming in and filling in, for that gap season last year, where it's kind of like we don't know what Della Don's going to do. Is she coming back? Is she not? And then she said, you know what, I'm just going to retire, but she's still a part of the team, so that helps there. But now with the new coaching style, it's kind of like you said, these youngins are balling. And these games that we losing early in the season is going to build their character, because now they're going to know, all right, I remember that game against the Aces where we were up 8, maybe 10 points in. It was like almost 2 minutes left, and then they found a way to come back in the game. But we're not going to turn the ball over here. We're going to make a stop here, or we're going to actually get some shots off instead of letting the shot clock run out. Things like that. It's just going to help them because it's a whole new league. But sometimes when you look at the two rookies, you're like, are they rookies? Because they going at people. Look at Kiki. She went at Alicia Thomas. She went smack at her. Like, I ain't scared. I think she got a tech in that game. She was like, man, I'm here. We here. So for me, like you said, when Georgia comes back, that's gonna add that guard presence. Again, if this team is not as good and they're in the lottery again, we got another player that's gonna come in and add to this what we building here. So just keep this youth movement going. I ain't gonna hold you, Dave. Might be OKC. Just saying.
I like that.
I'm just saying.
Just might be. Ain't no trust in the process over here. We just, we doing our thing. We doing our thing in Washington, man. That's all I can say, man. But shout out to the Mystics, man, because they doing well. They doing me proud. Like I say, even though they 2-3, 3-game losing streak, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And all I'm saying is, just to bring up AE again, remember AE was in that 1-on-1 finals against Nafisa Akala. So,
and I'm telling you,
and she won the first game. So,
just saying,
she almost won it all. So I just saying, she got Breonna Stewart up out of there.
And I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna come back on here and apologize, because I remember I wanted Angel Reese. Remember, I was like, we could have had her. We skipped out on her. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let the people. That's why I'm on here. And I think we did.
I think we did a good thing by passing on Angel Reese, because baby girl.
I was gonna finish the song, but the bets for her first misses is crazy. I don't understand how they. I don't know if that's I don't know if it's fake, but bro, they are coming up off of those, man. Like I seen something. I put in a WNBA chat too about just the development. I think it was a youth coach. She went in on how the WNBA. Yeah, that was. She was spot on with that one though, because it was like the Chicago Sky. They're not developing their team. They just
They're not. They're not. They're not. And you can tell through their game that they're not really focused on development. They just looking at starship. That's all. It's looking at the names. Because if you look at Camila Cardoso, you look at Angel Reese, Haley Manley, those are all names. All names. People gonna want to see them just because of the names. But then if you look at the production of Angel Reese on the court, it's just like, why am I watching this? Because it's not like she doesn't have the potential to be a great player, because she has the potential. It's just that she can't make the easy buckets, man. And then the shot form is not there. I mean, it's not what we thought it would be. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no, they definitely need to take a moment. Just have, I don't know, they need to find a coach that's actually going to invest in this team. Because again, remember we sent Ariel Atkins over there, so they thought by adding that championship presence is going to change some things. Again, it's still early in the season. Maybe some things can turn around for them. But as far as what we talking about right now with this mystical journey that we on, like I said, man, don't be mad if we looking like the WNBA version of OKC. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who's gonna be out SGA, but just know it's gonna be real good over in DC.
Hey, I'm thinking
the Mystics, that is.
I'm thinking it might be Sonya. And Kiki might be J Dub. I don't know. Or she might be Chet, and Georgia might be J Dub.
That's right. I ain't mad at none of those comparisons. Hey, I'm mad because I gotta buy a T-shirt, but I ain't mad at none of those comparisons. That's what I'm mad about. But we'll talk about who's the better player in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how we feel about the Mystics. We also talked about just a little bit on Angel Reese, but we got to also talk about the flip side of what the Angel Reeses have done to the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Angel Reese shook up the WNBA. Caitlin Clark did as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was reported that Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever, she sustained a left quadricep strain and is expected to be sidelined for a minimum of 2 weeks. And some say, well, at least 4 games. This is one of those injuries. It's like a nagging injury that started in the preseason. She missed some games with it, and then it happened again when she was going up against the New York Liberty. And now they're saying that she's going to be out. So we're talking about Caitlin Clark, who's averaging 19 points per game. That's tied for 8th in the WNBA, and then averaging like 9 assists, which is 1st in the WNBA. So she balling. We already know she balling. But then we talk about the player. We know about the player. But then we got to talk about the effect. Because the Caitlin Clark effect seems like it's real, Dave. You said it in the intro that the ticket prices have dropped ever since people found out that she's not going to be coming to the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Now they talking about like 40, some people saying 40 to 43% of a ticket drop. And you looking at it like, well, I thought she wasn't part of the hype. Some people saying the money speaks for itself. The hype is there. I think the WNBA was set to make over $1 billion, and we only talking about her missing at least 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if it was anything longer. Knock on wood, because we want her to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And in those 4 games, I tried to bring that. I think I got their schedule up. So the next game, of course, they play the Mystics. So people won't be like, I could have went to go see Caitlin, but I can't see her now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the game that she could return back for is the actual rematch against the Sky, but that's going to be hopeful. So I want to get the schedule up and make sure I got everything right. Those next 4 games could be what they're set to be: Washington, Connecticut, Washington, Chicago. If all works in her favor, she could return against Chicago, but 9 times out of 10, she's going to be back for that game at Atlanta on ESPN. So, Dave, let me just ask you this one, right? Of course, we want Caitlin to get better.
Mm-hmm.
But how you feel about the Caitlin Clark effect?
I mean, the numbers speak for itself. If you look at all the games that sold out, who was a part of them? She was. Majority of the games that was sold out last year, she was a part of it. And then you look at the projection of what the WNBA was going to make. They were projected to make $1 billion this year. That's a plus for them. I think last year they made what? I think 300 million, something like that. $400 mil, somewhere around there. I could be wrong.
Close to it.
But to go from that to $1 billion in just a year, yes, it is. I mean, we all know that people are watching the game now because of Caitlin Clark. People are tuned in to the WNBA because Caitlin Clark is a part of the WNBA. Now, is that fair to all the other players? No, it's not fair to all the other players because we know that there are other ballers in the league. But we can't even talk about Kelsey Plum, who's been balling this year for the Sparks. Brand new team. I think in the last game she put up 28 points. Like, she balling. But we ain't talking about her. We ain't talking about Asia Wilson, who's clearly balling for them. We ain't talking about Drew Lloyd. We ain't talking about Jackie Young. We ain't talking about, Cameron Brink coming back soon. We ain't talking about, Rakia, who's also missed a couple games. We ain't talking about, Nafisia Collin, who's right now, to me, leading the MVP race, even though it's early in the season. And we ain't talking about these players. We're talking about Caitlin Clark. That's what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see Caitlin Clark come play the game. And the thing is, she ain't even the first one to come in the game shooting the way she does, because the other person that does just won a championship. Sabrina Ionescu. That's the other one we ain't even talking about. She another baller in the WNBA. But people want to see Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is what brings the money. We all know this. Whenever there's a game that she's a part of, it's sold out. But when the schedule was released for the Indiana Fever, tickets were sold out for each game that they were a part of. You can't name another team that as soon as the schedule came out in the WNBA that all the tickets were sold out. Every game she's a part of was sold out. Now people just don't know if they want to go to the game in that because she ain't gonna be there. She brings that excitement. She's a 3-point specialist. She can pass the ball, and she ain't scared of nobody out there. I think the Dream tried to bully her a little bit. She was like, I ain't scared of you. So that don't faze me. I'm CC. I'm CC. Come on now. Nah. But come on, yeah. It's the Caitlin Clark effect is real. I mean, let's be honest about it. I mean, and also the Indiana Pacers know what the Caitlin Clark effect is because they win games whenever she shows up.
Yo.
So, I mean, I'm just saying the Caitlin Clark effect is real. It's real. She's one of the best players in the WNBA, and this is only her second year in the league. She's one of the best players, one of the best facilitators, one of the best shooters in the league. Come on now. It's for whoever think it's not real. I think whatever you want, you need to get off of it now right now. And if you're drinking, just stop, because you're fooling yourself if you think that she's not one of the reasons why people are watching the WNBA, because she is clearly the reason most people are watching the WNBA.
Yeah, and regardless of why they say they're watching the WNBA, her name is assigned to it. They want to see it because she's a good player, or they want to see it because they have their own personal agendas behind it. At the end of the day, they're still watching the game. You understand? So that is one of the main reasons. And I'm glad you brought up the MVP race too, because of course, Nafisia is balling. She's one of the names that's up there. And of course, Asia just being consistent. You talk about consistent, the two names that I just said, they are some consistent ballers right there. And Caitlin being CC, she put the C in consistency because she's trying to add to that. Because I think this is the first time she's going to miss a regular season game, because I think she balled all last year, right?
Yep.
So this right here, and the way she's been hooping, the numbers is there. Like, she was in the MVP race, and these 4 games could probably put a hindrance on it because, you got 2 consistent players in front of you that can just keep the games going for those 4 games that you're out. So that's going to hurt on top of the injury. So that right there is kind of like, man, not only are the ticket sales going down, but the fans won't get to see me ball, but also I can't ball and keep up with this competition. So now I'm going to be behind that 8 ball, which is almost a good thing in her favor, though, because now there's going to be a bigger chip on her shoulder, because if she really wants to go get the MVP, granted, everybody wants to win a chip, but if she wants to go win that MVP in her second season in the league, she just come back and hoop 10 times better. They say sometimes an injury helps you sideline and you can watch the game a little bit different. Some things slow down, so now you know where to pick your spots. And again, in those 4 games, of course, like we said, the Misses are up and coming team. So you play them twice. And in between that, you got the Connecticut Sun, who's another team who's kind of like fighting for a lottery spot right now. So those are 3 games. Granted, you don't want to miss because you could ball out against some of those teams. But those are 3 games that you're like, you know what, we'll be okay. We can bounce back from it. Hell, the team may even go 3-0 without you, and then just find ways to win. And now it's like when you come back, you just plug and play.
Might even go 4-0 because the Sky ain't really that good. I'm sorry.
Actually, they play 4 lottery teams while she's out. So
there you go. There you go. So this is this. If there's any time where you want for injury, what's up, my man? What's up, hey Johnny? My man, my guy. How you doing, my man? Peace to you, brother. Yeah, I mean, this is a time where you don't want an injury, but if it's a time for something to happen to where you miss a game, right now is a good time. It's okay. It's okay. She won't miss too much. I think she'll still kind of sort of be in the MVP conversation, but I think it's MVP feast. I think she got it. I think she got it right now. And I know it's only 4 or 5 games into the season. The way she balling right now, I don't know if she's gonna slow down. She has been cooking.
MVP who?
MVP fee.
I like the ring of that.
Yeah, MVP, man. MVP. That's what it is. MVP. She like that, dog. That's all I gotta say. Yep. See, Carl, you always on time, man. Always on time. You know it. She cooking. I don't know nobody's gonna stop her. She balling for the Liberty, man. Is it the Liberty?
Minnesota,
the Lynx. Oh my goodness, cooking.
Somebody in Minnesota got a winning ring, right?
The uniforms confuse me, so I'm sorry. I charge it to my head, not my heart. So, but Fee has just been cooking, dog. Oh my!
Round up, that's 30 points a game, 7 rebounds.
Yes.
Consistency is there.
Yes. And this started from last season because remember when she came back from injury last year, she came back cooking. And I was like, man, she making a case to be in the MVP race, and she was, even though she missed too many games. I was like, man, she balled.
Yep. And then she took it to the all season. Remember after they lost in the playoffs, she took it personal.
Thank you. Took it personal, and then she made sure she won that 1-on-1 tournament too. She was like, oh yeah.
She was locked in. She was locked in.
She got that first AO. She was like, oh, okay, I'm not about to take it. I'm not about to take it easy. Time to go ahead and get this dub. But she's too nice, man. She's too nice. Now it's ballers like that need to be seen a lot more too. So there you go. Carl, you my man. You're my man. That was my dog too. She was so good.
Carl, you're right. They definitely lost in the finals in that game. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Mrs. fan, but that game kind of broke my heart. I was like, man, she had a chance.
She had a huge chance, man. But it's all good. Fee coming back on a mission this year, and I think she's gonna win MVP and she's gonna lead her team deep into the playoffs this year. Because I'm telling you, this team is locked in, and she locked in. She definitely
gonna get back. And like I said, if anybody didn't watch the 1-on-1 league, when she went up against AE the second time, you could just see it in her face that she's like, I'm not losing this game. Like, and that's why for me, I was like, if AE wins this, that puts her at another level going into the season because you could just see it in her in Fee face that I'm not losing this game.
I think it put her into that anyway because remember she smoked Breonna Stewart. I think she beat her with 12-0. She smoked her. She got her up out of there. I was like, whoa. I was like, AE, I wasn't expecting this.
But it was the move she was putting on her too. I was like, man, they gotta create space for my girl now. They gotta create space.
She had a step back on. I was like, oh, okay, AE, show us what you can do. So all I'm saying, hey, go back to the Mystics, man. I'm just like, we got something. We got something cooking in Washington. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean,
but CC, I mean, she's the real deal. We know the reason why most people are watching WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark. Plain and simple.
Yep. And shout out to, again, like you said, the people that feel like they're not getting a shine, but some people are getting more shine because her name's behind it. So again, if you're new to the sport, and I remember we had these debates all last season, so we kind of talked about it. But again, it is a plus for you at the end of the day. Now you go to a Minnesota Lynx game and you like, who is Fee? Who are they talking about? And then next thing you know, you watch her go put up 40 points, and you're like, man, Caitlin was cooking, but who was that girl?
Mm-hmm.
Now you become a fan. Sometimes you just gotta be a gateway into something better. You never know. Now, a gateway into something better. Carl was on here on Friday saying he had an Atari. Carl, I hope you fixed that. Let us know in the comments because you
Yeah,
said you
I
had
hope
an
you figured
Atari.
out what game you had because there's no way you had an Atari. If you had an Atari, you lying about your age. That's one thing I can say.
Hashtag pushing 40. That's all I'm
There
saying.
you
You
go.
might be pushing 50. I don't know, man. Ain't talking about an
Hey,
Atari.
might be.
Carl might be Benjamin Button, man. But make sure y'all subscribe to CTC. But Joe said it, and the clip is out there now. Make sure y'all subscribe and y'all follow us on Instagram. You see it right there at Refuse to Lose Sports on Instagram, and it's at R2L Sports on X/Twitter. Also, make sure y'all hit that like button. But Joe said, SGA, Sega, as Joe would say in my Joe voice, it's Sega, and Ant-Man is an Atari. And in the moment, I remember my facial expression because I'm like,
Yeah, mine
hold
was like
on.
that too. I was like, dang, Joe, like an Atari?
I was like, I can see you saying tears, but man, that's like decades between each other. Like, whew. And then you sit back and you watch how Shea plays the game. Yeah, I know you said you might be wrong. I know you also said, Carl, that you was gonna find out and make sure you fact check it. So I just want to make sure
We
you
just wanted to know if you fact checked it. That's all, my guy.
Yeah. No, we understand. Benjamin Button. But to see these two players go up against each other, it's starting to make people raise more questions about who's the better of the two players. Now, before everyone was asking like who's going to be the face of the league, and then I remember there was an interview going around and now it's resurfaced where they asked Ant who's going to be the face or who's the best players in the league, and he said him, SGA, and Luka. And as any player would say, it was like, well, who's the better of the three? He said, I am. And of course, if you ask somebody that, you can always say to yourself because you got to have that confidence. And we already know what Ant-Man brings when he's talking about confidence. But the confidence being down 3-1 to the OKC Thunder may have a lot of people saying, are you sure? Because we're watching these games and we're seeing two different players and we're seeing how these games are turning out. Now, of course, that one game that we're talking about, that's the game Ant went crazy in. So the question is here, R2L, it's going to be a long off season, but this is what we do. Consistent or inconsistent? Who's the better player? SGA or Ant-Man? Dave? Better player right now? My heart.
Go ahead. I'll let the people see you.
My heart wants to say Ant-Man, but my brain is not gonna let me do that today, man. I can't do it. We talking about a guy who's averaging. I mean, he got the most games with 40 points, in the playoffs. We talking about they call him a free throw merchant when they really should be calling him a mid-range assassin. This kid right here, man, he got he shooting like 60% from the mid-range. Like most of his points last night was from the mid-range. And just the way he plays the game is just like, remember I don't know if you all played GTA. I think that was GTA 5, where I can't think of his name right now, but at the end of the day, he had this mode where he was driving and you could slow the car down and everything around you would just move in slow motion. Some people would say it's kind of like the Matrix. And sometimes when you watch how SGA play, it's just like in the Matrix. Like last night, it was just like every shot he wanted to get, he can get it. It's like anywhere on the court, he could just find his spot and it's right there. And it's like, I don't know if he passing some of his mojo off to Jay Will, because that sometimes it's just like Jay Will looks like it's the same play at time. If you're not looking and your eyes was closed and they ain't say no names, you just like 2 points and they describe how the shot was made. You like, was that SGA or was that Jay Will? And then on the flip side of things, you hear about Ant and you're just like, why is it such a struggle at times for you to get here? Why is it such a struggle at times for you to get to your spot? So understand how the game needs you, or when to pick your spots to be aggressive, or when to just sit back and relax and hand the ball off. Again, the age gap is there. The playoff experience, right? You're right, Carl. And I'll read what Carl said. Literacy is back. To troll a free throw is technically a mid-range shot. which is true.
It really is.
But where was I going? But more so, Ant is just like he's just one of those. You know what? Nah, I can't say that about Brian Dawkins because he actually was
Like
the safety. That. He was the safety from the Redskins at the time. The Commanders was it LaRon Landry? I think that's his name, LaRon Landry.
LaRon Landry
couldn't cover to save his life, but he can hit. But he can hit. Now, if I'm wrong about this comparison, y'all can come back and kill me. But at the end of the day, he could hit, but he couldn't cover. And sometimes Ant just seems like that. Like, if give me the ball, I'm gonna dunk it. And it's like you're better than that. So you just need to find your moments. And shout out to AJ for saying in the chat too. Is like take this all season and figure it out and put the game all together instead of just picking spurts and where you're going to do it. Like, oh, this game I'm gonna shoot threes, and we can see it. Because if you don't hit the three, then you check out. Oh, this game I'm gonna dunk on everybody, and if you can't dunk, then you're gonna force the threes. Oh, this game I'm gonna try to get to the lane, and if I can't really get to the lane, then I'm gonna just pass the ball instead of just putting it all together and having a perfect moment. And SGA right now is just having that moment. And Dave, go ahead and send a link, man. It's over. It's over. Go ahead and send a link, man.
Look, man. This honestly, I made that face without even honestly looking into it. I didn't look into the actual players and how they played and the way that they are. But Joe was right. I'm sorry. Joe was right. It's just a different level. When you look at how SGA plays, there were moments, especially in the fourth quarter, where even when they blitzed him on defense, he did not change his pace. His pace stayed the same. He lets the game come to him. He doesn't force the game. He just lets the game come to him. There was times where they tried to send a double team, and he was like, no. He would call one of his players to go cut. I think he called Lou Dort to go make a cut while I think it was Nickeil Alexander-Walker was on him or Jaden McDaniels was on him. And one of the two players was on Lou Dort. He's like, nah, cut. Just so that the other player wouldn't be able to double him. And made the cut, got to his spot, mid-range. Boom. Had Rudy Gobert on him. Just a quick in and out. Boom, boom. 3. Cash in his face. Then another time we had Rudy on him. Boom, boom. Did a little push off. I mean, you got to do it nowadays. I mean, everybody does it now. Jordan did it. Got a little push off, mid-range. Boom. There were times where he just made the game slow down. And he just calmed it. He calmed the storm. Shout out to Vaughn who said this in the NBA chat earlier today. He's the calm to the storm of the Thunder.
Wow.
When the man comes in the game, when the man has the ball, he controls the game. The game is really slow for him. He does not rush anything. He makes sure he takes good shots, and he's not going to make everything. I mean, nobody's going to make every shot, but the man's going to he's going to make majority of his mid-range for one. And all of the best players in the NBA, some of the best shooters to ever play in the game were mid-range assassins. You look at Kawhi Leonard, he's a mid-range assassin. You look at Kobe, mid-range assassin. Jordan, mid-range assassin. Dwayne Wade, who a lot of people don't talk about, mid-range assassin. Paul Pierce, mid-range assassin. You look at Dirk. Dirk could shoot from the 3, but he was a mid-range assassin as well. You look at Kevin Garnett, he was a mid-range assassin. And then out of all people I can't forget, Carmelo Anthony.
There we go.
Melo was one of the best mid-range shooters to ever play in the game. And I'm telling you, look, SGA is putting himself in that conversation to being one of the best mid-range shooters in the game because he ain't shooting a lot of this year is when he started to shoot more threes this season. And you look at what he did from him shooting more threes this season, and he still don't shoot a lot. He shoot maybe 3 to 5 threes a game, maybe, and that's back. And you hear that, that's kind of unheard of nowadays because most of the star players are shooting 7, 8, 9 threes a game. Just players. And teams back in the day used to shoot like 10, 15 threes a game.
Yeah, you getting cut from the Celtics if you do that.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel like they said the changing of the guard. I feel like the old guard is coming back. That's what I feel like. It's not necessarily a change to me. I feel like the old guard is coming back. The guard used to, come in and get buckets, but mainly from the mid range and get to the free throw line. Because Kobe used to get to the free throw line a lot. Jordan used to get to the free throw line a lot. Melo used to get to the free throw line. Dwayne Wade. I mean, we all remember the 06 finals. Dwayne Wade got to the line, shot 22 free throws, 22, 23 free throws in the finals against the Mavericks when he brought them back from 02. So all I'm saying is SGA is definitely on a different level than Ant. Ant is more of the exciting player. If you look at what he does, he brings more of a pop to the game. He has the personality, he has the character, he has the moxie, he has all of that you want to see in a player. Like he come out, he gonna talk trash, he gonna dunk, he make face, all that. He gonna give you all that. He gonna shoot. And the crazy thing is, Ant is also good from the mid range. He don't know when to pick his spots. He don't know where his spots are on the floor. You look at SGA, he knows where all his spots are. He's getting to he's going to get to his spots in every single game. He had an outlier 14-point game in game 3 when they got blown out. But other than that, Tomo, even with that 14-point game, he's still averaging almost 31 points per game in the series.
Yeah. I know.
The man just different. He's just different. And I tell you one thing, SGA not going to go a whole half only shooting twice in the whole half. That ain't going to happen with him.
That's another reason why I'm upset, but go ahead.
That ain't going to happen with him. But we got to give credit to OKC's defense, though, because this is something that a lot of people were not talking about that game last night. And I have found this stat, and I posted it in the NBA chat. And shout out to AJ because he had hit me up and was like, if you find something else like this, let me know. But this is how they defended Ant-Man last night, Tomo. Front court touches. He had 30 front court touches for Ant-Man last night. Average defender defense was 5.6. I mean, they weren't far away from him. They doubled him 46% of the time. They made sure to get the ball out of his hands. And Tomo, that's the highest out of any game this playoffs. Any game. No, you can look at any game. You can game against the Lakers, Golden State. This is the most he's been doubled out of any game. Lou Dort was on him. Casey Wallace was on him a lot. Like Jalen Williams, they all made sure to get the ball out of Ant-Man's hands. They did not let him go crazy. So all I'm saying is the better player to me is clear as day is SGA. I think there's no argument there. If you want to talk excitement, then yeah, it's the more exciting player is Ant for sure. That is clearly, but better as far as what they're gonna do for their team and individually, I think it's SGA.
And I gotta say this, it's definitely going to be one of those things where somebody with the stats you just said, I'm like, well, OKC has a better team, so of course you're all gonna say SGA is the better player. And it's like, well, you could take away the teams, and I can tell you this: if we want to play this game, because this is what we do in sports, if you put SGA on Minnesota and you put Ant-Man on OKC, some people gonna say, man, that's a sweep for OKC. I'm gonna tell you like this: I don't think it's a sweep, but I do think these games will be kind of like the one last night, was a little bit closer. But I
think it'd be 2-2 if anything. A sweep? No, I think it'd be 2-2.
And you know why I can go with that? Because it is one stat here. Last night, you talk about your role players showing up at home. When your role players are helping you stay in a game, kind of like the game last night, I think they said they had a total of like 64 points.
Yes.
And last night, from your role players, and all you needed was a 20. A 20. And Julius Randle, we're not even going to talk about that right now because the segment is more so for SGA and Ant-Man, but that whole we need to apologize thing was everybody said it was too early.
Too early.
Because
it's too early. We was like, look, he's playing good. We're gonna give him props for that. But to say that we need to give him an apology, we ain't see he got to go through this entire playoffs. We're not talking about just one series. We're talking about entire playoffs where he's
Okay,
played bad.
5 points.
This is
In
the
30
second game in this series where he did not play big minutes in the fourth quarter.
But
Second.
5 points.
And I said that Rudy Gobert was going to be unplayable. I didn't know Julius Randle was going to be unplayable.
The whole front court.
That's crazy.
They might as well just go with a super small lineup and just try to outshoot them at this point, because that's
might have
insane.
They might have to.
But yeah, I'm with you on the 2-2, because of course the first thing people do is they always go back to the team and be like, well, the team is this, the team is that, and we telling you about the player himself. Like, if you put these two players on the court, you can see the difference. They're showing you the vast difference in their games each and every night, especially more so the series, because it's one-on-one, like not one-on-one, but you're seeing them play against, it's mano a mano, like your best versus my best. And at the end of the day,
you can tell between the leadership between both of them, but they lead differently. SGA don't lead with talking; he lead with showing, and that's the thing with him. He lead with showing. If you look at how he is on the court, he literally slows the game down for everyone. He does not. He makes sure he's not taken out of the game. Now he will have a bad game every now and then, but you ain't gonna see a series where he's just like he ain't in it.
The trust is there. You can see the trust from the coach all the way down to the players.
Exactly. And
you can see
and that's not to say that they don't trust Ant, because I think they trust Ant. I mean, Ant got into the West Conference Finals last year, so they trust him. Of course, he's their best player, but the trust is different. It's just different with SGA, and you can tell with just the way he is, just the attention that the attention that he brings. It's just a different type of leadership that he brings on the court with OKC, and I think that would definitely carry over if he was with Minnesota. I think, like I said, I probably still would have picked OKC to win this series just because of the defense and everything. But the thing is, how would Ant look with the team? Would he be slowing the game down and shooting mid ranges, or would he still be trying to dunk on everybody or shoot threes? Because he was 1 of 7 from 3.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought the energy was gonna be enough to at least get him past this team, because I did not expect. Maybe I bought the Julius Randle hype just a little bit too, because I was like, as long as Ant can get you 20 and Julius can get you at least 15, you got a shot. And Rudy just do his thing down in the paint, you have a chance. And last night showed it that the team, if they show up, you got a chance.
Yeah,
but you two go missing.
And Rudy didn't have a bad game last night. That's the thing.
What I'm saying.
Rudy didn't have a bad game. I think he had like 12 points and 9 rebounds. He had a good game last night. It's just that, throughout the rest of the series, he was pretty much unplayable. And that's what I said. I said Rudy is not going to be able to do what he wants to do in this series like he did in the last series. It's just different with Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. So, but he had a game last night, and that was the game that they needed to win, and they lost.
They win that game. Now you got a better chance of like at least getting them on their heels. Now going back into OKC, and then Ant saying what he said after the game, saying he feel like he didn't struggle. He don't think him or Julius struggled. They had a game plan, and he made the right play all night. He's like, I don't look at it like I struggled. I just didn't get my shots. I didn't get enough shots to say I struggled.
So, you struggled. Yeah. You didn't get the shot. You didn't shoot what you normally shoot. You struggled. Plain and simple. That's all it is, man. You be accountable. Be accountable. If you score 3 more points, you win the game.
I think it's gonna come with it comes with years in the league. Again, it's crazy that it's a 3-year difference between the two players, but you can see the 3 years. And also, one player, SGA, he got drafted by the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken.
He got drafted by the Clippers, and he was in that Paul George trade.
Yeah, and I think that also gave him that spunk too. I know the stories is coming about how different people said they seen it in him already and how they already knew that. But again, getting traded from a team that you got drafted to, basically them saying they don't believe in you because of the stories that came out behind it. I think Kawhi Leonard said, I'm only coming here if y'all get Paul George. And I think Doc Rivers was like, but this kid SGA is going to be nice. He's like, yeah, I don't care about him. Go get Paul George. And have that happen, and then they build around him the way they did, it's like lightning in a bottle.
Man, this team is just different, man. I picked them to win it all this year. So,
well, I mean, we got a tiebreaker coming up, so we're gonna see how these finals go. Because I think with the finals, we're gonna have to do game by game.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. That's the only way Joe gonna get back into it is game by game.
Yeah,
I'm not guarantee you that's what he's gonna say. He's a game by game.
yeah, I can see it. Because trying to pick the series, we'll see who gets there. Because right now it's looking like it's gonna be OKC versus the Pacers. I don't know what the scores of the game right now, but it's 24. Oh no, it's 21. No, it's 24, 23. Knicks up.
It's close. It's close. It's first quarter, so we'll see.
Honestly, when it comes to coaches,
I don't
know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I
don't know if I can believe anything Doc says, honestly.
One thing I do believe is him saying, at least I got 3 games. Now, I believe that.
He ain't get that this year. He got 1. He got 1 this year.
He don't need to get you no more. You need to be back on the sidelines where he was at. Not as a coach. I'd rather him call games at this point. Or do a podcast, man. They killing it right now. All the ex-Celtics is killing it doing podcasts. Paul Pierce is a little crazy, but I mean, he's doing his thing.
Hey, he definitely is.
Well, Dave, I think you made it through your flu game, man. Let's get these last words in, man.
Feels good to finally be able to get through this. Shout out to R12, man. Shout out to R12. Dang, hold up. Ain't no last words for me up in here. Dang, Joe. I thought you was my boy. Say no.
Like, probably gotta fix it.
It's all good though. But no, man, I'm excited about everything that's going on. Miami Heat, please do something this offseason, man. I don't want to go through another offseason where we ain't doing nothing. So,
I touched something. Go ahead.
Oh, come on, Tom.
I'm back. We back. Go ahead.
So let's see what happens. Shout out to the Mystics, man. Like I said, I feel like we got something brewing down in Washington, so let's get something going. Red Sox, you keep on losing. You're not helping my case right now. So you need to pick it up. San Fran, I mean, let's go. This is an off season where we have no contract drama. So let's make sure that we go into the season with no drama and let's go in healthy and get some things going. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. And shout out to Joe being at the game. And he's sitting right behind the UConn women's basketball team. So I'm pretty sure he's getting some talks in. So do your thing, Joe.
You already know Joe sitting right there acting like a coach. You're like, so did y'all see her on the screen? So what would you think right here, Joe? Make sure you get some likes for the page and make sure you get some people to follow us too, man. You sitting behind one of the best college teams in the NCAA. So that's definitely a moment right there.
Speaking of Nafisa Carla, she has 7 steals plus blocks, so 7 stocks in just the first quarter.
I'm telling you, she's on a mission. Woman on a mission, man. She's about to make some things happen. We want to say, like Dave was saying, shout out to everybody on the network. Definitely all the shows is doing big things. Make sure y'all tap in, subscribe to all the shows. The link is below. Again, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share, all of that just to keep this, keep us in your algorithms and keep things flowing. Because the more we in the algorithms, the more you never know what we might pop up on. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all do that. And shout out to all of our members. Make sure you click the link to become a member too, because we also have membership tiers. We have a pro level, all-star, and a superstar level. Pro level for $2.99. You get to join one of our Instagram sports chats. This is where you get all the updated news, debates, and commentary. Because I'm telling you, you join one of the sports chats, you'll love it. Make sure you stick around after the show because we have a lot of sports chats to offer. We also have more details on the memberships there as well. But for $4.99, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you also get to join multiple chats. So like I said, we have multiple chats. We have NBA, WNBA, college basketball, college football, baseball. Of course, you know, we have NFL because, you know, football is king. We have golf, boxing, so on and so forth. Oh, I thought you were about to say something, Dave. All right, and then for the superstar level, you get
hockey, F1 racing, soccer. So, you know, we got all those.
Gotcha. But 99% of the chats we just named them right there. I told y'all stable, we gave it to y'all right now. So there you go. And we have a VIP tier. It's the superstar level for $9.99. You get the same perks from the all-star and the pro level, but you get to join our VIP chat. That's the R2L chat. That's where majority of our primetime games are held. So anytime there's a primetime game or a primetime playoff game, the conversation is going to be held in there. So make sure you become a superstar member so you can be a part of that R2L chat. And we also have a parlay chat as well, but that's only offered to you if you're on the superstar tier. The parlay chat has been cooking up, and Carl said it last week, so I got to add it anytime I bring up the parlay chat. This parlay chat is just not for us to give you the picks. This is also for you to throw out some picks as well. So I got to throw that out there. Shout out to you, Carl, for reminding me of that. You got to participate. $9.99, become a superstar. And we also do member shout out. So shout out to all of our superstar members. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach Coombs, Javon, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris Decorius, Mike, Taniqua, Tone, and Mike again. Shout out to all our superstar members. Shout out to you for tuning in on this episode, hitting the like button, being a part of the conversation. All right, so what you say then, Carl? Oh my goodness, boy.
Carl, that is not what I said.
Carl, boy, I tell you, he gave a disclaimer that when you join the parlay chat, participate. My boy will not, you will not mess up one of his quotes. All right. But anyway, shout out to Carl for keeping us in line. Cowboys, I see what y'all doing. I see how y'all all trying to make us buy into the hype because we went and got George Pickens. We're not going to overlook the other holes that we also have in this team. Defensive tackle, and we don't know who's going to be our cornerback. So fans, I know the George Pickens trade got us all brought back in, but at the end of the day, there's one thing that the Cowboys need to work on is stopping the run. They get us a run stuffer, then that's we can be like, all right, we're taking it to the next level. We're not mad at the trade, but I just want you all to like bring it down just a little bit because the hookah smoke is now clearing. We got to understand that we got to build more than just a team, all right? And I'm going to fix what Carl said. Long story short, he said you don't pay for picks. It's a perk as a superstar member. I said participate. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now let's get out of here, Dave.
Man, look, we appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the game. And Knicks, come on, tie this up for me. You know, I'm looking to go up 2 on Tomo and go up 3 on Joe. So just do me that favor. Oh, well, 1 on Tomo, and you know, because me and Tomo are tied.
What the hell are you doing? Make it happen, Hallie.
Hey, come on, Brunson. I mean, foul bait as much as you need. Shoot 30 free throws a night. It's the one time.
It's the probably leaning into somebody right now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's the one time I'm gonna ask you to foul bait. Hey, do your thing. But we'll see y'all next time, man. See y'all Friday. Peace out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.